Hello, everybody. This is Pedro back with a brand new live stream. We're coming at you live from Masters Toronto. Well, remotely speaking, I'm here. I'm still here in Houston, Texas, and for this occasion, we're going to have Team Liquid and BOG attend their press conferences. Of course, BOG are coming into this with the winning. Uh, I don't know where I'm going, but basically they won. They defeated Team Liquid to move on to the second round of the Swiss stage as the 1-0 team. Team Liquid adversely. They are losing in this match and they will move on to the next round of Masters Toronto Swiss stage as, 0-1 going into the elimination side of things. So, as it is, we're going to have Team Liquid do the press conference first, and then we'll have BOG coming in shortly after. Um, Camo will be doing a one-on-one interview with me shortly after Team Liquid's press conference. I believe he will come in sometime around the same time. BOG is on the stage, and so whatever happens, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And yeah, without any further ado, we'll just have Team Liquid come in, and they're coming in right now. So um, let's get the show on the road.
Bro. Oh, I think I dropped today. Oh,
That's why.
yeah. I dropped today.
Yeah, I lost us.
Patis.
What?
Nie zrobiłem fakta. Ani razu.
Yo, Gio, that 2v1 that we had? Oh, yeah.
That's why I wasn't.
You know what? I'm just like seeing shit for the first time ever happens. I'm like, I don't play like Omen like this, and like I'm playing these guys, and like oh, I,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem. We can wait. Yeah, can you tell me, please?
So just as a quick heads up or a question, you guys can hear me. You guys can hear the audio from them, right? Is there no issue there? Just give me a quick message onto the chat so that I can know. All right, thank you very much. Eclipse, really appreciate it. All right, so we're just waiting on one more person to step onto the stage, which is I believe, Lohan. So
Ja na razie idę, bo jest konferencja. Zobaczę, czy jeszcze potem ten przyjdę. To będę w koncie, no.
No
Ale-
dobra, dzięki. Go. Thank you. Okay, welcome back to the press conference. Thank you, Team Liquid, for being here with us today. We are going to start with the press conference. We are going to start with some questions on the call. So please raise your hand if you have a question. Golden, you are the first.
First of all, sorry for the loss that you had today. I know that it was a very hard match, knowing that the team is not complete, knowing that the IGL of the team was not here present. So I have a question for
Recording in progress.
for Patitech. And the question is, we saw that in the sunset you were doing some calls because that was the VCT stream show that you were saying, okay, now we throw this smoke here, now you have to throw this cipher cage here. So you were, I don't know if you can confirm this, but you were the IGL in this match for Team Liquid.
No, I wasn't. I was only for the sunset. I think for Icebox and Haven, everyone was calling and everyone was chipping ideas. But on sunset, I just took over because I saw some opportunities. I saw some plays that could have been made. So I just started calling, and that's it pretty much.
Thank you so much. Next question is from Rasur.
Hi, this is a question from the VALORANT competitive community. To Penny, how does it feel like to play Masters in front of your home crowd in Canada?
I mean, I definitely hear a bunch of support from the crowd going up and on the stage. Honestly, it's a pretty surreal feeling. Being one of two Canadians to play on the stage. And yeah, I mean, I think that map 2 performance was something to be proud of. And like we talked about backstage, we're still not out of the tournament, so we can hopefully build off that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next question is from Shobi.
Yeah. 1 second, my mouse is glitchy. If you want to go to the next person.
Okay, cool. Next question is from Chitaku.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, first for all, I lost for, sorry for the last, and I'm Shitaku from Universo Valorant. My question is for Serial. Serial,
Yep.
this is your first international stage before you play in Rising Spain. So my question is, how did you notice the difference between playing in the Spain Racing and playing in the Master?
I mean, the difference is massive. That's quite easy to understand, but I think the main factor is just everybody kind of has a different drive from the game and way more motivation, and the skill ceiling in both mechanically and just, I mean, every player is just incredibly better, and it's not taking anything away from tier 2 or Spain or anything like that. It's just there's an obvious jump, in my opinion, but yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much and good luck in the next match.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from Pedro.
Yes. Hello, guys. So first off, commiserations on the loss. Hopefully, you guys can bounce back in your next opportunity in this competition. I'm going to send this one over into to Penny for my question. I want to ask you just sort of real quick about the process and the timeline, getting a much more deeper into that. How has that kind of experience been like for you so far? Just having to go from like, just coming into this event as like one of the many spectators of this event, and then getting the call from TL to just join, and having to slot in, having to fit into a different system, and having to just go through all of that, and maybe also undergoing the pressure, and just also like looking into the past history with Team Liquid, because I remember like back in Reykjavik 2021, you faced against Team Liquid and you beat them as a member of Version 1. So just trying to jump all this together, how has the experience been like for you so far?
Well, we've actually only been here together for 4 days, and out of those 4 days, we've only had 2 days to play together. So we've had about 6 games total in scrims to play. So obviously, I mean, you can't have the highest expectations when we're meeting each other for the first time, playing together for the first time. We don't know each other, and the roles are just like I mean, it is what it is. Like Nats is like a big player, plays a completely different role than me. He's the IGL. I'm not an IGL, and so there's a lot to take into account. But the boys have been super friendly. I feel like a part of the team. Honestly, they're super great, and yeah, I'm thankful to be up here with them.
Thanks so much. Next question is from Jorge.
Hi. A question for anyone on the team. I want to know what you think of Bilibili Gaming style of play.
when the numbers.
I'll answer.
It was honestly it was super hard to play against. I don't think we ever faced a team with this kind of playstyle. Like I don't think we ever placed a team that legit catches a timing almost every round and lurks every round. So it was hard for us to read it and kind of adapt to it. Yeah, I think that's why we struggled the most as well.
Thanks so much. Next question is from Jeffrey.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but a little low. Can you?
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear
This
you
is
better.
Morgan. Okay. This is Morgopedia VALORANT Club. 这是蒙内百科围区编译组。And this question is for the coach. 这个问题给了教练。I will ask the question in Chinese first and then translate it into English. 我们注意到你们在森寒东港选择了一个非常不寻常的阵容。一共有3个烟卫和2个先锋，而且这其中里面没有任何的决斗英雄。我们特别好奇，就是您为什么会选择这样的人？So we noticed that you have decided to use a pretty unusual, with 3 smokers, 2 initiators, and there's no duelists, in Icebox. And we wonder why you have decided to use that agent pick. Thank you.
At the end of the day, the comp for Icebox was a team decision. Something a bit off meta that we felt comfortable in. And yeah, the reason for that comp was basically just, it was a team decision. We discussed it. The fact that we're playing this system that's very, more loose. I think it was a comp that could have worked. And at the end of the day, just in the details, But I still think that the boys did a really good job with the composition.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Last 2 questions on the call. Rasur?
Hi, this is another question from the Valorant competitive community, and I'll ask it to Penny again. How different is the air between international competition versus regional competition, even considering like challengers competition?
This might sound a bit crazy to say, but from playing, I've played some pretty good teams, maybe not recently, like in matches, but I honestly think that playing in tier 2 with how it is honestly much harder than playing in a tier 1 system with tier 1 coaching staff. When you have an idea of how to play the game, you have getting the game plans, anti-strat, all this stuff, it makes the game a lot easier. And in challengers, everything is completely random. Teams are playing 12 different play styles. Everyone has full confidence and no care, honestly. Like you've probably seen some of the drama happening with tier 2. There's not a lot of people with like passion or care for the game. Everyone's just playing however they want. They don't care. So when you come on a stage and play in a real system against real teams with proper coaching staff, honestly, the game feels a lot easier to play.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last question is for Pedro.
Yes, I'm going to send this one over to the coach. With all of that being said about, what we listened from this team today regarding like preparation and the lead up to Masters Toronto, I want to ask you, Lohan, as to like how difficult is it for you as the coach to try to, get the team ready and having to deal with like outside circumstances that prohibited you guys from just being the usual selves. For this particular case, what has been some of the most difficult thing that you had to adjust from like the end of domestic season up until now with the inclusion of Penny and having to fit in for Nets?
Yeah. This was probably the hardest phase that went as a team. I mean, right now we are one of the teams, if not the team that plays the most maps in the world. A lot of intensity. The fact that we don't have IS here, the fact that we have 1 week of preparation for this patch. Doing the job that I'm doing right now, and me and Yao, right now it's the easiest actually, but still getting here in this situation was probably the hardest phase that we went through as a team. And we just need to accept the conditions that we are in, all the things that happen to us, and do our best and to adjust and take an approach into the game that allows these boys to shine still, which I still think they are doing a really, really good job.
taking into consideration that this current circumstances of the team.
Oh, thank you. Now we are going to take some questions here in the room.
Hello. Nerdscasts, independent, freelance from the United States. Sorry for the loss as always. This is going to start by being a question for Serial, and then open up to everyone. First off, fire tattoo. I could see it from here. Awesome. Everyone gotta shout that out. But Serial, I don't know if you've answered this before. What is your favorite cereal?
I haven't answered it, and
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to really give an answer. That it seems kind of boring, but even having some sort of resemblance to my name, maybe it's like I'm not really a cereal guy. But okay, let's go with the basic like cornflakes.
Okay.
That's probably what I would.
If anyone else has a
if I-
cereal that they like, I guess it'd just be funny.
You know Vector?
Vector?
Yeah,
That's a cereal?
it is, yeah.
Oh, well, fair enough.
If you're a cereal guy, you should give it a try.
I'm gonna try it. I'm from the States, unfortunately.
Oh.
Well,
You're here right now and they have Vector.
I have to. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome. Hello, my name is Shayo from Canada, just right down the street, just like Ravish behind me. This is a question for the coach. When it comes to players like YZ, Rarga, Ospos, like very duelist-centric teams, how much of prep is more so for the team and like counter-attacking or counter-stratting a team that has such a spearheaded composition or player that really you want to shut down before they start up?
Yeah, our preparation is always taking into consideration the players or the teams that we're playing against. If you feel there's the need to avoid certain player or something like that, obviously we could take that into consideration. But our preparation, it's not always a one-to-one. We keep adapting depending on the teams that we're playing against. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. And then a follow-up as well, just for today, because we saw it a couple of times. When it comes to 2 timeouts in one half, what makes you press that red button to like really go for that second timeout really early and then trust the team to keep the vibes, keep the strats and the comebacks up to themselves for the second half?
Honestly, I trust the players that I have, and I trust they can have the reads needed for any situation. For that situation specifically, if I feel the need to pause twice in a side, I'll always do it. Sometimes can be strategical, sometimes can be to just bring the team up a bit. But yeah, at the end of the day, I always trust that the boys can have the reads needed to come back into the game.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey, how you doing? It's Ravish. As I always said, I'm like right outside, bro. I live right there, man. So just real quick question for Penny. Firstly, man, really cool to see you back up here again, bro. Also, you look jacked. But
appreciate it.
Of course, man. You're welcome, bro. No wonder you be back here, bro. I get it. So what I want to understand is, look, you've played in a lot of different teams with some massive personalities and some different ones, right? I want to compare directly back to V1, back when you guys had Effie's, Nelson Banner, and so on, right? With who were, very loud and interesting people. And I want to see how those very fascinating personalities compare to the ones that you have here beside you.
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of similarities.
Really?
And yeah, personalities are quite similar between the two, and it's been a lot of fun being here with them, like with the boys right here. It's kind of honestly gonna throw back to those days, to be honest.
Love
so
that.
It's nice to have fun on the stage again.
Love that. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Cheers,
thank
guys.
Okay, thank you guys for being here, and we can give them an applause. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bring the second team for prep, or should we wait? We can bring the second team up.
All right, that is Team Liquid finishing their press conference with the media.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Very quickly, maybe we're gonna do an interview with Camo either before, during, or after the BOG press conference. So be ready on that. And so I'll let you guys know whenever that does happen, at whichever point. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think Priscilla is working.
Looks like I'm gonna have to do the interview with Camo right now. I just been moved over to a different room, so yeah, gotta get started on that. So let me just set myself up real quick. Okay. All right. Should be ready to go now. Yeah, back then in Bangkok, we would have to normally wait, or even during Champions, I think we would wait until like after the press conferences are done, and then we would do the interviews with like a given player. So I would have preferred for it to happen like that, but I guess like with the players just being on the move and doing it so quickly, the PR people have no choice but to just do like this and just have like the players do their interviews during another press conference. So if it so happens that I do experience another one like this tomorrow or in the coming days, then yeah, please do bear that in mind. So yeah. So once again, like I said before, for those of you who are just tuning in, I'm going to be doing an interview with Camo of Team Liquid, following their match against BOG, in which they came out on the losing end. And so, yeah, we got no other things to add in besides that. We're just waiting on Camo to arrive and finally do this interview before he goes back to his respective hotel and just do his preparation for the next match against whoever it is that they will face. So yeah, of course Camo comes into this with a total KD of 55, 60, 22, with a .91 rating according to VLR and an ACS overall ACS of 207, the highest within the team. Um, he is the duelist of the squad. Of course, yes, he played Clove over in Icebox, but besides that, that is his main role with Nats, and of course, Team Liquid. Talking about Nats, he's not with the team right now. Due to visa issues, he's kind of had to miss out on the event, I believe, for the first match at the very least. And in the meantime, Penny is stepping in to fill his spot for the event. Penny, if you guys don't know who he is a North American competitor playing in Tier 1, last appeared in version 1 in international LAN. So, yeah. Okay, we'll get started right now.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna send it back. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Camo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. All right, then. First and foremost, this is Pedro. Really do appreciate you giving me the opportunity for this quick interview. Of course, it would have been better for it after a victory, but unfortunately, it's a loss. So hopefully, you guys can bounce back on that one. All right.
Thank you.
All right, perfect. Just a quick heads note. I am live, so I am going to be doing this introduction still, though, for the sake of the recording. So yeah, real time, baby. That's exactly how we like it. So all right, I'm gonna start right now. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview. This time covering VCT Masters Toronto 2025. My guest at this time is Camo of Team Liquid, coming off of their match against BLG, in which they came out on the losing side, thus going down to the 0-1 matchup in the Swiss stage in said competition. So Camo, really do appreciate the opportunity for this quick conversation. I want to ask you just sort of first and foremost about, coming off of this match with a loss. Once that sunset was wrapped up and you guys had to exit the stage, what was going through your mind? What were you feeling? And yeah.
Yeah, so to be fair, I felt like this game could have gone either way. I think it came up to the details, like just winning a pistol, for example, which we didn't. And I feel like the whole game was kind of tough for us because of the way Bilibili started playing and their whole playstyle. Yeah. And when it comes to Sunset, honestly, I didn't even know what to say anymore. I was out of course. Just lack of preparation. That's it.
Yeah, because I believe going over to Sunset now, that was the first time in which this team played on that map. I think since the time it finally became live again on the server. I mean, I think like when the map pit selection was going to make was being made, did you guys have that expectations that yeah, you were going to be playing Sunset, or was there anything like that?
To be fair, the veto we got was exactly how we thought it would be. But yeah, just because of the limited time we have to practice, it was hard to prepare every map.
So was it just basically like it came down to just comfort picks for you guys to just try to like go through it?
Yeah, kinda. Exactly how you explained it, yeah.
Oh, for sure. I definitely understand that. I mean, it's a pretty tough hand to deal with, you know, when it comes to being a member of Team Liquid and just having to go through all of this process of just like having Penny in for Nats and then wondering whether Nats is going to show up even like during this competition. You can kind of elaborate on that if a yes or no. Just sort of like going through this experience right now. How are you viewing the difficulty of it all, just like from your point of view, just having to go through to the best of your abilities?
Yeah, so like we found out that Nats is not getting the visa like 5 or 6 days before we were going to Toronto. That's also when we started preparing for the tournament. The second we heard about it, I think everyone in the room got like kind of depressed, I would say. But it was really quick for us to accept the situation we're in. And yeah, we implemented a new system, which is what we actually needed to show up and to win at least some rounds, you know. But I think everyone on the team is doing really good with the situation we are in.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely one in which you guys have definitely been working hard and just try to be present at this event with the best of your version. I believe a question was asked over to Patty Tech in the press conference about like who's the IGL. And I kind of want to ask you, out of my curiosity, given that like he had to step in for Sunset, and I kind of think he also elaborated on like how the role is kind of interchangeable with other members of the team. Would it be fair to say that like the IGL is kind of like the IGL role is not really concrete? You know, do you feel like it's kind of like a hot potato kind of thing in which like one map is one guy, the other map is another guy, and so on and so forth?
Yeah, so basically it's me and Kiko kind of taking the IGL role. It's like 50-50. And then Patty is just chipping in when needed and taking control of the mid rounds. So answering your question, we don't have a designated IGL. It's like we play off Phoenix, to be fair, you know? Like whoever feels it is just calling.
Mhm. I mean, like then in that case, like how would your calling like go? Like, for example, like how would you kind of view a given round and just having to like relay that information from your point of view, given that you are the duelist and like you had to do so very quickly, I would assume. So how hard is that for you to do that?
So when we started implementing the system, I thought I was trying to fully take over the IGL, but yeah, it's just real hard with such short time of preparation. Like I said, like when we started playing Sunset, Patty had to chip in because we had no protocols, not enough press. I didn't know what to do against it. So yeah, it's super hard, honestly. But yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do, you know.
Of course, man. Does it kind of like change the expectations for like how far this team go? You know, given that like this team already competed in Bangkok and you had a pretty respectable showing over there. I believe just missing out on playoffs. I might be wrong. You can kind of correct me on that. But like with Penny into the squad and now having him, you know, work with the team for Nats, does it feel like the team's kind of goals change from like, okay, we got to do our best and go as far as we can to like being like, okay, then we just got to do our best, you know, at least not do terrible, right?
Yeah. So honestly, we don't really have like a set goal for this tournament. and I think like the whole team is going in with no expectations at all. Like obviously we want to win and we want to show the best, but like there's no expectations there. So yeah, that's it.
No, for sure, I understand. And going back into the matchup against BOG, I mean, it'd be fair to say that like it was a very scrappy, very tumultuous match, given that like almost all three maps went to overtime, almost went to overtime. So we're looking at map 2 went to overtime, and then maps 1 and 3 went finishing like in the 13-10, a fair score line. I mean, in a general sense, how did you view the difficulty of facing BLG? You know, what was the most what was the one thing that stood out to you when it comes to facing them and getting a sense of their play style as a unit?
So like generally speaking, I think like it should be it should not be taking us this long to figure out how Bilibili was playing. They were playing a very different playstyle. I don't think we ever faced it. Like they are just having constant lurks, pressuring them up somewhere, walking somewhere else, like every single round, which we couldn't adapt to. And I think that's the one thing that was the hardest thing for me to get a grip of, kind of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like with that said, now as you guys move on and try to rebound for this next matchup, what do you feel the team can kind of work on the most? You know, with the little time you guys had from now until the next matchup.
I think the most thing we could work on is the direction. I think overall with the team we are having a lot of issues with direction where no one is taking responsibility of the round, and I think that's exactly what happened on this game as well. There is just some rounds that we didn't have direction, and that's why we lost. And I would say pistols, bro. We are not winning any.
Of course, of course. Real quick, one more question before I wrap this up because I know I'm getting low on time. Given that you know this team has already competed in an international setting before, back in Bangkok, and you know at that time that was the first time you had a chance to be at that stage. Now it's the second time for you. I would assume that you now are kind of already getting used to what the stage is like. How would you compare yourself as an individual, not just like you know looking at the rest of the team, but more so just yourself? You know, given like your familiarity with the Masters and having to play face off against the rest of the world's best. So in that sense, how would you compare yourself as a player when it comes to looking at Bangkok and today so far in Toronto?
So basically, I think I matured a lot. I'm way more mature than I was in Bangkok, and I think that has a lot to do with my personality during the stage 1 in EMEA. And I would say nowadays with the new system, I'm doing a lot more in game as well, like calling stuff. Yeah, I would say that's the big differences in me between Bangkok and Toronto right now.
Mhm. And hopefully you guys are able to put up a much better showing in your next match against whoever it is, and hopefully continuing this run with a W. So, Camo, thank you so much for the opportunity, for the interview, for the answers, and for all of the other good stuff that I haven't mentioned so far. Best of luck goes to the team, but most importantly for yourself, man.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Recording in progress.
就事实上，其实我们和液体对战的时候，也是因为 Nice 选手并没有到来，所以我们其实也没有说太多的研究他们的风格，也没有去做对于他们来讲的一些针对性的准备，而是只是说也不知道对面的打法会变成什么样子，但是我们会想到应该是会有很多的变化的，所以我们只是把我们自己准备的东西打好，然后就尽可能的就是把我们自己的风格展现出来。
Actually, today's match we won it mainly because Nats was not here, so we don't really have like much analysis towards their like play style. Yeah, but we'll try to figure it out later.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Now we are going to take some questions here in the room.
然后这里首先恭喜各位拿下开门红嘛，然后想就是，请各位开启夸夸群的模式，然后每一个人就是可以挑一个队友夸一下，然后以及就是每个选手说一下就是对自己的表现是否满意。从教练开始，谢谢。
Congrats on your win. So this is a pretty relaxing question. Like, could you please each one make some compliments on your teammate? We'll start from the coach. And one more question is that, are you satisfied with your today's performance?
코치 먼저 부탁드릴게요. 약간 우리 팀원 중에 오늘 제일 칭찬하고 싶은 사람 누군지, 어떤 명이 칭찬하고 싶은지 얘기하세요.
뭐 오늘 맵별로 다 돌아가면서 잘 했기 때문에 뭐 5명의 선수 모두 다 칭찬하고 싶고요. 특히 오늘 어찌 보면 제일 중요했던 저희가 마지막 라운드 승리했던 선셋에서 마지막 라운드 승리했던 YG 선수, 왕아우저 선수랑 루루, 레비우스 선수가 B를 잘 막아줘서 쉽게 마지막 라운드를 이겨가지고 네, 이 두 선수가 잘했다고 생각합니다.
首先，今天我们队员的发挥，其实在每张地图都有各自的发挥，都想夸一下他们打的都非常好。然后，其实他觉得最关键的还是在最后一局的 Sunset 的那个最后一个回合时候的王浩哲和那个 Levels 选手把这个 B 点守得非常的好，导致我们最后轻松的就是拿下那一分，然后赢下了这场比赛。
Actually, I want to say thank you to like every teammate within our team. Each of them popped up at one point on each map. And especially I want to say, like, I want to mention, it was the last round of Sunset, YZ and Lavius. They really popped off in the B side so that we can take that round easily.
Cool.
接下来每个队员都可以说一下自己，就选一位队员去夸赞。
王浩哲吧，觉得王浩哲还是很能杀吧，很多关键人头还有关键枪。我自己其实杀了很多人，但是有些回合还是很上头的就影响到自己。谢谢。
Risha said the MVP of tonight would be YZ. He frags a lot at some points. And for myself, like I went overheat some rounds, so I really need to cool down a little bit.
我觉得其实今天团队的每个人都打得非常好吧。我觉得就是，不管是谁有失误，或者是就是打比赛嘛，总会有失误或者是上头的时候。然后，但是大家都在各自的位置上，在关键位置上发挥了很关键的作用吧。然后，对于我自己的话，我其实就是感觉太久没有打比赛了，然后很多决策啊没有调整到最好，然后这一点我自己会慢慢改进的。
觉得每个人都打很好吧。如果要我选一个，就选王浩哲，杀的最多的。
我觉得都挺关键的吧，大家都有关键的回合。然后我觉得露露这次进步比较大吧。然后老艾那2个残局也比较关键吧，我觉得。对，我觉得这2个今天很厉害。
龙哥把声，你们听。
龙哥再夸他，他要笑死了，夸他的太多了。
大家都非常厉害吧？感觉他们 C 我，他太强了。王浩哲真的太厉害了，感觉打谁都这么厉害，太强了。他自己的表现今天还挺满意的吧，但是还有很多没做好的地方。
From like, YZ mentioned that everyone was doing a great job tonight. There were some rounds that they made mistakes, but they like play like really well on their each row, and there are many things to get improved, to get like optimized, especially some of the decisions. And Naf mentioned that the MVP of tonight will also be YZ since he fragged the most. And K9, he mentioned that the views has improved a lot towards coming to this Toronto. And they both mentioned that they have made a lot of compliments on Russia. Yeah, and Lavios mentioned that YZ really popped off tonight, and there are still a lot of things to get improved in the future.
Thank you so much. Next question.
这边有一个问题想问一下小 K 或者其他人想回答也可以，就是拿到大师赛首胜的话，对你们有什么样特别的意义吗？
先说吧。
露露来答吧。
对我们来说很有信心吧，起码每个人大家的信心都上涨了。这也是我第一次打国际赛这种大师赛嘛，然后我们赢了还是很开心，觉得我们能在国际赛事上有一点竞争力的。
Or can I get some water? Thank you.
The question is, this is your first win of Masters Toronto. So is there any special meaning behind this victory? Lavius answer like, I think this victory definitely enhanced our confidence. And this is also personally my first Masters. So I'm really happy to win this. I think VOG is being competitive in this tournament.
Hello, my question is for Levius as well. Just when it comes to playing the game today, you had a really nice, consistent game every single map. You were one of the best anchors in the server entirely. When it comes to facing other big duelists, you guys have YZ on your team. You stopped a crazy double duelist comp multiple times today. Are there other big duelists you're looking to shut down, like Ospas, Zekin? Who are you really looking forward to facing and just completely stomping and shutting down later on in the tournament?
这个问题给到 Lavius。今天看到你的少尉在比赛里面有一个非常稳定的发挥嘛。其实，在今天对阵到 Team Liquid 比赛中，你是成功的去阻挡了对面决斗的发挥。那在这次大师赛还有其他同样非常优秀的决斗，比如说 Aspas 还有很多。那你下一步的话会怎么去做，去阻挡他们，然后或者说去击败他们？
更多就是跟教练组一起研究更多的东西吧，学习更多的东西。然后提升自己。
I would say I would go analyze with all the coaching stuff and get improved personally, step by step, just like that.
Awesome, thank you.
Now we have one last question in the call.
Translate it into English right now, right?
Yeah.
这有一个问题是线上的中文提问，Russia 以及 Lavius 选手第一次参加世界赛，在多伦多的生活和赛场中有不适应吗？现在状态怎么样？ This question goes to Russia and also Lavius. This is your first time attending an international event. How's your life in Toronto? And are there any like things you haven't adapted to, especially in game? And how do you feel right now?
这个加拿大除了时差没倒过来，没倒的像国内那样，也没什么不同吧。饭也挺多类的，也有中餐，没什么不适应。
还有 Lavius 选手回答一下吧。
加拿大就来调试还是比较顺利的嘛，一来就直接第一天就睡了8个小时，然后生活都大家安排的很好，直接就没什么，跟国内差不多。
Russia mentioned that besides jet lag, there was like everything goes well, and in Toronto we found a lot of delicious food like Chinese food, so there's nothing to worry about. Lavius mentioned that also he agreed that it was a smooth travel. The first day he arrived here, he went to sleep like 8 hours, and everything besides resting were arranged quite well as he said.
Thank you so much. With this last question, we conclude this press conference. Thank you, Bilibili Gaming, for being here. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and that wraps up today's set of matches and press conferences for Masters Toronto. Really appreciate you guys coming in and tuning in and listening to all of the interviews that I've done. I did 3 of them total today. I did one with Cam of Team Luca. I did one with Alex of Paper X, and I did one with Neozinio of Team Heretics. Stay tuned for when those recordings drop in the channel. Still, if you want to listen to them as it happened in real time, you can just look at or watch one of the live streams that I've done today. You can just find it by clicking on the live tab for the channel, and you can find it by scrolling through the screen and just searching for the one part in which you only see Alex and Neozinio, of course. And so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more live streams as it will happen throughout Masters Toronto. And that said, this has been Pedro Romero, independent journalist, tuning in to Masters Toronto. Well, signing off for now. So see you guys later. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.